If you look at a map of Japan, the country is pretty much divided in half by a huge sprawling mountain range that goes right down the middle between Tokyo and Kyoto. And for hundreds of years, there were only 5 routes that you could take to make that journey possible from east to west. One of them went straight the way through the mountains, and that is the one we're going to explore on this trip, the Nakasendo Trail. And it is absolutely stunning.
Every year, thousands of hikers come here to Nagano to trek the mountainous Nakasendo Trail, a breathtaking journey that takes around 5 days on average. However, given we've got just 2 nights, we're going to cheat a little bit and take the car through 3 stunning villages of Naraijuku, Magome and Tsumago. On our journey, we'll stay in a beautiful traditional home complete with a hot spring, taste some unusual local delicacies including a certain meat that might be an acquired taste, and explore streets so quaint and picturesque they look straight out of a Hayao Miyazaki movie. For a trip down the Nakasendo Trail is a trip back in time. Well, almost.
Something about the wooden buildings that really just help you relax and unwind. One criticism I have about this street, about Naraijuku though, is this. 3, 2, 1. A car. Every 5 seconds, a car comes down the street, ruins the atmosphere, and makes me very angry. Honestly, it's just a real shame. It does ruin the atmosphere. Joining us on this romantic trip is Charlotte.
Hi.
And to a lesser extent, Ryotaro.
Even more romantic than...
He's so excited, he can't even string a sentence together.
Normally, this kind of Shukubawachi, the little town, the traditional town, has got many restaurants and shops, and they do. But what's so special about this place is that people actually still live on these places.
So it doesn't feel like a fake kind of theme
No.
park.
It's like really
still lived in town.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the atmosphere of this town is so damn beautiful. Surrounded by mountains on all sides, right? Colours of the leaves, mountains around.
Yeah.
Got the morning mist over the mountains as well. So one thing worth mentioning is, while it's not fun shooting in the rain ever, it's actually a lot more beautiful, these sort of towns in the rain, because the rain darkens the wood and creates the most amazing colour contrasts. And yeah, it's actually a really nice time to come, in the same way that Tokyo looks nicer shooting in the rain as well.
On the surface, the 500-kilometre long Nakasendo Trail appears to be a route designed to facilitate travel between East and West Japan. But originally there was also a slightly more sinister political motive underpinning the mountain route's importance. When the Tokugawa shogunate took over Japan in the 17th century, to keep control over the many daimyo feudal lords who ruled the country, the shogunate instigated a policy called Sankin Kotai, where every 2 years the lords would need to travel to Edo, modern-day Tokyo, for 6 to 12 months of the year. The policy cost the daimyo 25% of their yearly income, as they traversed the route with their entourage, spending money and resources that deprived them of the ability to raise an army to potentially overthrow the Tokugawa shogunate. Meanwhile, their heirs would be forced to stay in Edo almost as hostages as a further preventative measure against potential conflict. The constant travel of the many daimyo lords ensured the economic prosperity of the Nakasendo Trail for over 2 centuries, and today the lavish architecture remains, as evidenced by the impressive guest houses along the route, which of course includes John Lennon's favourite ice cream shop.
So here's the sad truth. The only reason we came to Naraijuku, right, wasn't the culture, wasn't the architecture. It was this place, right? This place claims to have John Lennon's favourite ice cream.
Called Royal Sweet Vanilla Soft Cream.
It's what he would have wanted. It's what he loved. Did he come here or something?
I don't know.
There's nothing else. They just say John Lennon loved it. They don't back it up. They don't have photos. They might just be making it up.
Well,
But
it always says, John Lennon said, I've
John
never
Lennon
heard
said.
vanilla ice creams like this before. That's what he said.
Exploring the Nakasendo Trail while gazing upon John Lennon's favourite ice cream is hungry business, and so we head inside a local soba shop to try our first dish of the journey.
So, both Ryotaro and I have soba. I've got skimmy soba, right?
With soup.
With soup and a raw egg. And so you have a raw egg, you sort of mix it in, right? Like so. And you got
Zarusoba.
Zarusoba.
Like dipping.
Dipping
soba.
So I like to call it effort soba. So dip it over and over, loads of effort. Get a soup, job done.
And now I think we're coming to the slurping competition right now.
I mean, I can't beat you. I think we all know that.
And we have a winner.
Yeah, we got a winner.
Oh, so nice. When you slurp, that soup actually comes with the noodle. That's what it makes it
All
good.
right, here we go.
Here we go.
3, 2,
Here we
1.
go. Whoop.
I'm choking to death. This is really good though. The egg has kind of made the soup kind of frothy and actually kind of light and fluffy. But we also have these, which are
Oh yeah.
local to this area, right?
Scott, this is sesame.
Sesame.
It's like walnut miso.
All right. I'm gonna go with sesame.
Let's try it.
Very thick.
Yeah.
Very heavy. Oh, almost like a dessert though, with the sweetness of the sesame.
I'll ruin a comment by my slurp.
How's your wife put up with you?
That's my slurp.
I have no comment. No.
Do it.
Feeling somewhat traumatised after our lunch with Mr. Slurpee,
Oh God.
we make our way over to the 200-year-old inn, BYAKU Narai, a beautiful ryokan we're lucky to stay in tonight. Thankfully, in 2 separate rooms as well.
What I love about this ryokan that Ryotaro's found is it's right on the street, but it's hidden behind a wall. And you come behind the wall, and all of a sudden you've got like this majestic garden, hidden garden.
Huge.
Yeah.
You don't expect it to go back this far. It's just endless. And it's so pretty. It's so well renovated.
I've done an amazing job.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what our rooms look like. And
Peasant.
peasant, what? Come on in.
Oh my god!
It's very dark in here. The walls are painted black. Like a Rolling Stones song.
Darkness, you're turning to darkness side.
But it's quite a contemporary kind of design, right?
Yes, and it's got contemporary, but at least there's some analog parts.
Yeah, I mean, there is a record player. It took me half an hour to find it. It's tucked away.
What? Oh, did you play it?
You bet I didn't. Over here we have some nice coffee cups. And
Yeah, made out of shiki.
yeah,
Fan, yeah.
and a bag of coffee. So you can literally grind your own coffee bean.
I had that in my room too.
Did you use it?
I did already.
Really?
I grinded everything. Yeah.
Oh, good man.
You have-
They also come with the one that you just pour straight out of a bag. So I use that one because I'm lazy.
Tell me what you like. So you can't use this. You never
Yeah,
used this before.
I'll probably screw it up. And the ashes of my enemies. What is this? Oh, it's tea.
It's a tea. It's a tea. It's a tea.
Concentration.
Boy, Mr. British. Would you like some,
Mr. British.
Mr. British? Would you like some cup of coffee instead of cup of tea?
God, absolutely different. So this is the second floor, and again, all the walls are black, so it kind of feels very cosy. It really helps punctuate the light, right? So you have the shoji sliding doors there,
Yeah.
and it makes it all the more striking for the contrast, right? And the white sheets on the bed.
It's in everything's like in black and white.
And then with the bathroom with just a regular sized bath in there, but you can see the park with the nice wooden bridge that we saw earlier.
You're going to take a look at my bath and it'll be amazing.
Oh, here we go. Come on then, let's look at Ryotaro's bath and his room.
This is my room.
This looks like a temple or something. It's like,
Well, used to be storage, I guess.
well, yeah, it's got like the vault doors on it, right?
Exactly. It's to store like the food and everything like it used to.
Throw them in it and seal the doors. That's what I say. Like the Mummy Returns. Go on then. Oh, very cozy.
It is.
It's so different
It is.
to our room. Like we've got the modern sort of black walls here. The walls are sort of exposed, actually.
Yeah,
Like the wood
exposed.
beams
This is like a soil walls, I guess.
Yeah,
And
soil
the
walls.
earth walls. I don't know what
Right.
to call it, but it's so different. Yeah.
are so different.
Yeah.
Just different, isn't it?
Welcome to the main dish of this room.
The main dish.
Yeah, this is a separate shower, which is not that important, but
Oh, very nice.
this is
What?
the actual outside bath.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
That's really nice, yeah.
So,
Here you go.
but what they did was they actually give you some like hinoki wood and to put that into the water that like you can actually smell when you go into the water.
Smells so good.
Yeah.
This is it. It's just Ryota and I smelling some wood in a room. That's what this video is all about.
But there's one thing that your room is better.
Better people.
No. You're right. The stairs. Ours
You're
is
right.
wooden. Japanese old houses tend to have this really steep stairs and distance
Such a
too.
health hazard.
Yeah. And here's a bedroom.
Oh, nice.
A nice bed. I mean, about the same size as your room, I guess, was.
That door looks pretty terrifying.
Yes. Well, obviously, this is like it's like almost like a cage that no one could come in and steal that what was in the storage. before.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus. It feels less like an accommodation, more like a safe at this point. It's like one big safe.
So what do you think of the room?
I think, while I prefer your bath, and I actually prefer the building, this is such a cool building.
This is like...
Our room is more practical and more cosy and pleasant. Like in the winter months, I think this would be a little bit too intense.
You praised like your room with 3 words, and you praised my room only with 1 word: bathroom.
Very true. Which do you think's best though? Which one would you like to stay in the most? Let us know in the comments.
My room, of course.
So those are the amazing rooms, and now we're off for dinner. And you mentioned there was some sort of unique meat at this meal.
Very local.
Very local.
You never say, oh, you might see once, but anyway.
Very worrying. All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Down the ladder of peril.
Oh, scary as hell.
So terrifying.
BYAKU Narai prepare all their dishes using locally sourced ingredients here from the mountains of Nagano, from wild mushrooms and radishes to a rare meat dish that comes from being in such a rural location in Japan. That's right, it's bear meat.
Now,
It's Winnie the Pooh.
that sounds harsh.
It still feels odd eating bear. I mean, I've only done it once with you, and it was actually very good.
Yeah, it was.
So the bears around here, how do they obtain them? What happens? I know that we're in the middle of the mountains of central
Yes.
Japan. There are
Yep.
quite a few
Yep.
black bears around.
Quite many bears. The restaurant here has a contract with a bear hunter.
Right.
So sometimes, in this season especially, during the winter as well, they get bear meat.
Right.
And then they actually age it for 2 weeks.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It almost looks like Parma ham, right?
Yeah, that
it
is
almost has that
actually.
sort of fresh look.
Yeah.
So first, you've got to...
Mushrooms.
I got the bear. We also got a pile of mushrooms. So these are all local mushrooms as well.
Yes, they are the local mushroom. Nagano is famous for mushrooms.
So last time we had bear steak. This time it's shabu shabu, which is like boiled meat, right?
Yeah, it's first time for me to do the Kuma bear shabu shabu. Winnie the Pooh shabu.
What would Kumamon say? What would Kumamon say about all this? Kumamoto's beloved $1 billion mascot, reduced to a dinner plate. Most quality bear.
Is it?
That's really good, yeah.
Are you sure?
It's weird that I don't feel
morning.
guilty eating beef, but I feel guilty eating a bear. The hypocrisy of man. I don't want to eat Paddington the bear. Nobody wants to eat Paddington. Well, I do now. Fucking delicious. It is delicious. It tastes an awful lot like beef.
Yeah.
You've got gyudon, right? Rice beef bowl.
Yeah.
What about bear don? Kumadon.
It would work with this one.
Is that a dish?
Yeah.
I just invented that. Kumadon.
Yeah, Kumadon. It'll be Kumadon.
The next morning we set off to our second stop on the Nakasendo Trail, the village of Magome. And if Naraijuku is the most famous town on the trail, Magome might just be the most visually jaw-dropping, with its many streams and waterways weaving their way through the streets.
So there are 69 stations along the Nakasendo Trail. And this is the 43rd, Magome. Honestly, while Naraijuku had the wow factor with the intense architecture, right, and those kind of narrow streets, here we have some of the highest mountains in all of Japan, towering around the village, and it's kind of high up on a mountain itself. I think it's about 800 meters high. So the scenery here really does trump Naraijuku. If I had to choose between the two, I would choose Magome. And what you're supposed to do is continue trekking onwards from here up the mountain to the next town of Tsumago, which we're going to later on. But instead of trekking, we're going by car because we're lazy. And all that driving is hungry business. So let's get some lunch. One of the best things about the Nakasendo Trail so far has been the food, right? I mean, this is incredible. We've got, what's this?
This is a kurizenzai, chestnut with red bean paste soup.
I've got a flagon of coffee, iced coffee.
As always.
You've got some green tea.
Yeah, I've got some like matcha. Yeah.
Matcha. It's a little bit tricky to eat with chopsticks though.
Yeah, it is.
How do you pick up like one bean at a time?
Well, like, just be Mr. Miyagi, that's it.
Just be Mr. Miyagi.
Wuxo, fuck off.
I'm getting none at all. It's just slipping straight through. The overall atmosphere here is just stunning. We're looking over a beautiful garden, we've got the cool mountain breeze, the sound of a running stream. Not all sounds are endearing or pleasant. God's sake, he's slurping away. There's nothing to slurp there, for God's sake. It's not noodles.
Tea.
Who slurps tea like that?
What?
Beautiful traditional town, but some things are too traditional because it turns out you can't pay for any food in any restaurant with a credit card here. And none of us have brought any cash because we're idiots. And of course, because we're in the mountains, there's no ATMs either. So if you come out here to Magome or Tsumago or any of these places, bring a wad of cash.
Our third and final town of Tsumago is perhaps the best preserved of all, especially given it's one of the most remote, hidden away stops on the entire Nakasendo Trail.
This is a really beautiful town. It feels very lived in.
Yeah.
Relative to other towns which feel a bit too touristy, but one thing I will say, I've seen more spiders in the last 10 minutes than I have in the last 10 years. So don't think I could live here for that reason, especially as they were like the bright green poisonous spiders.
Look at this. This is like a movie set.
It is like a movie set.
Yeah.
It is really nice, honestly. This might be my favourite town so far visually.
My favorite.
Yeah. This is the most visually wow, but I think the second one is the one that I'd rather live in.
Really?
Magome. Because of the mountains, and being on the side of the mountains was really pleasant. So this was 200 yen. It's kind of bread.
Yeah, like a nikuma, like from
Nikuma.
the konbini, but good.
Tarikimasu.
I got nasu, eggplant.
Oh, yours is like fried?
Yeah, I don't know, but it was really buttery. Oh, it's so good. Like miso, soft miso flavored eggplant.
The most beautiful, fluffiest bread with some juicy pork in there with onion. You won't be disappointed. Okay guys, so yesterday we stayed in a traditional ryokan, beautiful place. Today I wanted to keep in line with that tradition, given that we're doing the Nakasendo Trail, which in effect is like going back in time, right? And I found this place. It's a ryokan, but basically they found this little village of houses and renovated them all and built the ryokan around that. And you get your own little house in a forest, which I'm walking through now, like this. So as you can see, thatch roof cottage, traditional house dating back about 200-300 years. And here is our one.
Welcome to House of Ryotaro.
Oh dear.
This was built about 400 years ago.
Back when Ryotaro was born. Why is there a chair just over there? Like, what's all that about?
That must be someone like a person who actually waits the guest
Hmm.
and then just welcome the guest. The staff, you know. This place obviously is made out of wood, but underneath it's all stone here. And then so when you actually go in, then you have the fireplace called Japanese version of fireplace called irori.
Hidori.
And you have this little hanger,
Right.
hook here, so you can hang a hot pot. So this is the living room, I would say, the main room, and it's got a huge table. But look at that garden!
Yes.
Isn't that fantastic?
So I like the way that every room in the house just leads you straight to outside, right?
Exactly.
Usually with these shoji sliding doors, there's another window behind them, right? To keep out wind and rain. These don't. They just lead straight out to the outdoors, which I think is really nice because it means there's not much separation between the indoors and outdoors.
So this is the dining room. You get like served the dinner, the full-on dinner. Because this is the mountains, they serve in the autumn. They serve a lot of mushrooms.
And look, there's a traditional towel just on the floor.
Yeah, and this is my house, you know. It's like my things are everywhere.
Certainly is.
Exactly.
Oh.
There you go. Many people might be worried about, like, what about toilets? Because all these like old like buildings have some like really old traditional toilets that I hate as well. But no worries. This
Just use the towel.
Yeah, exactly. That's the modern towel that they have prepared for me. But they have like a very Western style shower and bathroom.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Tradition with modernism.
Exactly. It's like 400 years old Japanese housing with washlet. What do you think of the house?
It's really nice. I think my favorite part is the surrounding garden because it feels really natural. It doesn't feel like you're in a hotel. Like it feels like this is a place you would live. Yeah, it's a really beautiful house. I definitely recommend renting out a place like this when you stay in Japan. It's really cool to get like the actual experience of what people lived like 400 years ago, besides the lights and plumbing and stuff. But yeah, I love it.
It's just such an amazing attention to detail. Like, I really love Japanese homes. In many respects, they don't seem practical, these traditional homes to like actually live in, but to stay for a few days without the sort of conveniences of the modern world, it's actually really nice. It's kind of like a detox, shall we say. In each room, because of the air coming in, it feels nice and cool and calming. And there's lots of traditional ornaments, as I said, like this Costa coffee just sitting here on the shelf, just like the locals would have drunk 200 to 300 years ago.
When checking into a ryokan in Japan, it's not uncommon to first enjoy a relaxing soak in the hot spring before dinner. And so I sneak away for a much-needed short-lived escape from Mr. Slurpee. And let's never use that nickname again. Ugh.
Welcome to my new podcast, Bath Time with Abroad. Move over to Ash State, there's a new podcast in town. You know, when it's summer in Japan, you don't want to get in a hot spring. You don't want to get in nice hot water like this because to go from this to out there with that humid heat is anything but pleasant. But now it's autumn and we're going into winter. It's the perfect time to get back in and enjoy what might be my favourite thing in Japan after fried chicken, of course. Getting in a hot spring, getting in an onsen, and having a little drum to go with it. Yeah, I need to get out more. A lot more. So we're in the dining room of the house with stewed pork. Oh, so bloody tender. Mouth-watering, succulent pork. Juicy, tender, despicably good.
It's like orchestra.
An orchestra.
Make it harmony together.
An orchestra of stupidity.
And obviously the conductor is mine.
The world's worst conductor. But we're in this room, right, and it's raining outside at the moment. And these Shoji sliding doors, right, if you look behind it, there's nothing. It's just outside. So it feels like perilously close to the rain. But as the rain's falling, it feels like it's coming right at you from behind or from the other window. So it's kind of cool. I feel like we're in a samurai movie or something.
Yeah.
Ninja going to burst in through the windows. Kill real throw. Fingers crossed.
You.
Have you enjoyed your trip down the Nakasendo Trail?
Totally.
What was the highlight?
Because it was autumn, the leaves are beautiful.
Yeah.
The autumn is beautiful. And also like lots of mushrooms.
Every course we've had has had a staggering amount of mushrooms in it at some point. If you do this trail, I highly recommend going in autumn. I've really enjoyed it. Beautiful scenery.
Yep.
It kind of makes me appreciate Japan a whole lot more travelling in autumn. But for now, thank you, Ryoto, for joining me on this.
Thank you.
T. Thank you to Sharla for filming it. You can check out her channel below in the description box. Look at that.
Yep. Now, nice that you said
Nice.
that. Nice that you said
boyfriend.
that. Yeah,
but thank you guys for joining us, and we hope to see you again right back here next time on the Abroad Japan channel. Bye for now. Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Gin and tonic. Wait,
Gin and tonic.
you can't drink alcohol, can you?
Now I'm going to make Ryoto's blend.
Ryoto's blend. Even though it's a bag of coffee beans supplied by the Ballard.